Welcome to KSM Adventures of an Arcane Mage here on Lord PeteyTV Plays. In this video series, we will be following Petey as he tries to learn how to play Arcane Mage while getting Keystone Master. See all of our restrictive rules on Discord. Please note that throughout the video, non-boss combat is double speed, and if you have any questions or comments, please place them below. Please hit that follow button to see more content from Lord PeteyTV throughout the week. Making keys this week, I think, was not too bad. I started taking up a notch. We tried to start around 8, and we wanted to stay in between 8 and 12 this week, and that's what I ended up trying to do. I had a couple of complications with a couple of keys, with groups being made, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. I tried to start off with a under rot 18, but it failed miserably. We ended up having to drop it down, and we ended up having to go into this into an 8. But other than that, once we started getting going, it went really nicely. Making keys this week, I think, was not too bad. I started taking up a notch. We tried to start around 8, and we wanted to stay in between 8 and 12 this week, and that's what I ended up trying to do. I had a couple of complications with a couple of keys, with groups being made, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. I tried to start off with a under rot 18, but it failed miserably. We ended up having to drop it down, and we ended up having to go into this into an 8. But other than that, once we started getting going, it went really nicely.
Hey, hon. I just emailed you something. It's like a written thing. You can probably look at it over your phone. You can read it. It's a short thing. It's not like the other.
You would lead these intruders against us. God rule cannot control the hammer, Ulrog. He will destroy Hideout and conquer it. Either way, I will.
So when we ended up pulling this first boss, the thing that kind of excited me the most about it was the fact that I knew that we were going to have multiple different mobs to go after. So I made sure I first did my channel, started my double lust, popped everything. I started with my orb, and I just started going with Arcane Surge, and then I just started going with as much as I possibly could to get my full stacks, keep my arcane missiles every time it procced, and then on top of that, I ended up making sure I ended up using, Arcane Blast when I needed it. And we really went really hard in the beginning of this key, I should say, or this boss, and we produced a lot of damage, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was because of the fact there was multiple mobs, or the fact that we were using our arcane missiles more than we normally do with Arcane Blast and so on and so forth, but we did some really good damage here, and I was very happy with it. I know it's not, what it should be, but it was good enough for me. Have you seen Lord PeteyTV wearing these amazing gamer glasses? These glasses are from Sub2R. If you go to the description and you click on their link, and if you want to purchase them, use Lord PeteyTV at checkout for 10% off.
What was that? Was it done? Oh. like I was doing really good DPS on that last call. Nope.
Looking to support the channel? Go to teespring.com, click on the link in the description, and go ahead and take a look at that really, really nice merchandise. Pick it up to help support the channel. So this boss, as always, was always dicey and annoying to deal with, but we knew how to deal with him, and we kind of took him down pretty quickly and easily. We watched where he went when he went to Submerge. No one really died from the hands, from what I remember. But for me, I made sure that I used Arcane Blast as much as I could, used Arcane Missiles as much as I could. I made sure that I tried to do as much damage as possible with Touch of Magi on. I tried to angle it so when I was throwing my orb, it was actually going through both of the Bellowing Idols, so I made sure I ended up doing that. I ended up trying to make sure I used my Presence of Mind to keep myself up top and trying to see what I could try to do. Now, my DPS wasn't that high initially, but it got a little better. But I have to see if there's something I'm missing when I'm trying to do the single target. But for all in all, it kind of went pretty nicely, and we kind of went right through the way that the boss should be DPS, and I was happy with it. So.
High Mountain will be your tomb.
Just a reminder, Lord PeteyTV can be used at Rogue Energy Drinks to have a discount to support the channel. Links in the description.
Mother of worms, arise! If they complete this summoning, our passage to Darkroll will be blocked. She comes. Your access will be forbidden.
Oh boy. Not to the grabber. Yeah, I spoke to him. We spoke.
Yes, the worm boss. He is just so annoying to deal with. Always, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what class you are, what you're dealing with. He is really a nuisance. Hence why the way we ended up doing this was we ended up, making sure that we ended up having our dots up. We made sure we used our double lust, and we ended up going for it. Now, even though we had a couple of issues with the way that some of these guys were operating, as you can see, we were able to kill them. I was actually top of the mirrors for a little bit when we started this fight, kind of going with the Arcane Blast and so on and so forth, and pushed on him. He wasn't more difficult than normal. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was still annoying, but I was able to put a lot of DPS on him. Again, just like I said before, I think it's because it was the multiple ads, but we ended up getting him down, and we ended up going to the next area and boss pretty easily with very little problems here.
I'm not gonna lie, this last boss, once again, you know, he is just... He's awkward if the tanks don't know where to place him properly. Now, we had a blood DK while we were doing this, and he ended up placing him, you know, in the middle of the room, which is a little different than normal. We ended up not being able to place the spikes correctly. I made sure that I put myself in a place where the big ad was going to come and hit me right away, no matter what, no matter who it was. So there was lots and lots of like little things that drove me a little nutty on this. But all in all, we took him down, and I thought we were gonna wipe, but thankfully we didn't. We were able to burn him. I ended up, you can see, I did, you know, my arcane blast, putting my orbs in, put some damage on the boss, and we actually did not too. And I personally, I didn't do too bad in my opinion, but we were able to take him. You know, we were able to take him down. So, thankfully, this was another boss in the books, and made me learn a lot, because I'm learning that using my cooldowns in certain times and doing different abilities will actually definitely increase the damage than I thought, like adding things together and chaining them. So that was something I was kind of learning through this dungeon.
I just want to say thanks again, everybody, for checking out our videos, and we're going to be putting out as many of them throughout the whole entire week. At least 4 dungeons are going to be mages. I should say 4 videos are going to be of the mage each week, and then we'll have, you know, our regular affix videos, and we're going to have other videos too every single week. So thank you very much for hanging out. I greatly appreciate you all for spending the time here, and I will see you all soon. Thank you, and I hope to see you all soon in chat. Bye, everybody.